All right.
Happy
Hello, everyone.
Friday.
Happy Friday. If you follow linear time, I know it's getting a bit strange out there. Time is feeling surreal. We have a very powerful global mass meditation for you tonight. We're on a bit early just to make sure the sound and the video is all good. And let us know where you're from in the live chat. We always, for those of you who are new to the channel, we invite audience participation. Keep your comments kind and respectful is all we ask.
Mm.
But David and my divine counterpart Kelly here, and this is the third or second back-to-back week?
This is the third
The third
week.
week.
Yes. We are back to back meditations. This is a partial solar eclipse meditation. We are on the west coast of Canada, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that. I think that happens at about 2 o'clock in the morning, our time. So we always like to come on just a couple of hours before these big astrological events and right before the celestial energies really kick off, so that when we're meditating together with all of you beautiful souls, we are really just kind of taking advantage of these big energy opportunities and portals to really set our intention. And tonight is all about just again continuing into that higher vibrational state of consciousness. So we're just releasing and letting so much go, and I think we really do get caught up on like timelines and things like David was saying. Everybody's like, oh, it's the eclipse in Aries, or we were seeing a lot of stuff. I was talking to you about like the Kali Yuga ending. People
Yeah.
are saying, oh, it's ending and we're starting the golden age of Aquarius. And, we can get so caught up like just in these like big projections of like this is going to happen and this is exactly where we are in our spiritual timeline, and then we can get like disappointed when it doesn't, when the energies aren't really in alignment with that. And I think we just really don't know like where in this timeline we are. Things have been skewed and miscued, and history's just been jumbled up, and times and calendars have changed so many times. It's like really important to just anchor into the energies that we feel now for this meditation. So I don't know if you want to carry on
Yeah, a couple of things I want to say real
about
quick.
that.
Firstly, wherever you're from, in terms of watching this video tonight, whether it's the GFL station, Sunflower Live, Town or Above Bounty, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It does, for no other purpose, help us get this message out to more people into the algorithm. We would really appreciate that. So just take a minute to do that if you would. And also, this live feed will cut and will only be on Sunflower Life, the YouTube channel. If you go to Sunflower Life on YouTube, after this show has finished broadcasting live. So you're good for now for the next hour, hour and 10 minutes or so. But after the live feed, as many of you already know, we keep the Global Mass Meditations up on Sunflower Live only. But yeah, just sort of on that, a couple of notes before we begin our meditation here in a couple of minutes. I had an interesting thing happen before the meditation tonight. I was looking out across, we have a lake right in front of us here, and it was a sort of a funny afternoon with the weather. It was windy and wet and with bursts of amazing sun coming through the clouds. It was very magical. And there was of course, we're in this season now, spring, of launching into the next chapter, as all of you know, unless you're from a different hemisphere. But I'm just going to assume most of you are from the States. I know we have a global audience, but I'll just speak to that. And there was a big crop of mosquitoes that was, I don't know, probably 100 yards in front of me in the air, right in front of my eye line. And the sun had just peeked through the clouds, and it was shining sort of on this massive swarm of mosquitoes. And of course, no one really likes mosquitoes. It's kind of, they get a bit of a bad rap. And I just chose to take a little bit of a different thought about them. And I chose to see the Creator expressing as them. And the instant I put my consciousness on them, the entire swarm, which was, if you know mosquitoes, they kind of stay in one patch unless there's a food source or something, they just dissolved very quickly, and they just have dispersed. And I've seen a lot of mosquito swarms because where we live there's quite a few. But it was very interesting to think that. And my roundabout point now being is that we think that all these things outside of us are in dominion of us. They control us. And as Kelly and I definitely we're practicing mystics, it's fair to say that is that that's not true. It's the other way around. And in fact, and of course, if those of you who followed our other meditations have done these exercises where we take you into the body and we ask the question, where am I? Where are you? And you get to the point where you realize you're not actually in the body, but your body is housed within your consciousness. It's within. And all these external events are actually within. They're within your consciousness. They're within Creator. They're not external. And if you can't really wrap your intellectual mind around that, at least I can't, but you can get there in meditation and moments of quiet reflection and activation of the presence. So I wanted to share that because there is always a lot of talk around these events, and of course we do as well, about the outside events and the solar eclipses and the solar flash. And we've got a very powerful message from Archangel Michael tonight, very special Pyramid of Light activation, so stick around for that. But I want to remind you that everything is within your consciousness. It's not acting upon you. You are acting upon it. And of course, as we move deeper into the activation of God presence, of creator presence, Christ realization, Christ consciousness, cosmic consciousness, you will learn that you have dominion over all things. And we certainly experience many, many facets of that in our walk of life, and I'm sure many of you do too. So I wanted to mention that to you. The final thing is, thank you all of you for your donations to date. I can't keep up with replying to all of you. We have just opened up a new donation section on the gflstation.com. On your screen, you'll see a little barcode. We don't want those donations necessarily, but many of you have asked, which is why I've created the page for it. Can we donate? Can we donate? There's been a whole ton of you asking for that. So if you do want to do that, if you see it as an energy exchange, please feel free to do that. They are very welcome, but we certainly don't need that. But that's the third new thing that we have up. So check that out. That's about it. That's all I've got. Oh, one more thing. We're well within our 5 minutes, our first 5 minutes of starting, are we? No, we're not. 7 minutes.
Bear with us, guys.
For those of you who are into astrology, into zodiac signs and things like that, whatever you choose to follow, whether it's Western astrology or other forms of astrology, is absolutely right for you. There's no right or wrong. We're not going to dictate that. But we will say we are more aligned with sidereal astrology. And we have found that one of our followers, subscribers, friends, Amber, who I'll put up on the screen here, does give a very good overview of sidereal astrology. And it is true that this matrix is designed to keep us 1 to 2 to 3 degrees off alignment in all the areas that it is, whatever subject it is. And we found that astrology seems to be one of them. That's just our opinion. But I'll put her up on the screen here. You can have a look at her.
And
So
so
go check her out.
we've talked about this before, and it's just, everybody says the moon is in, like technically for this eclipse tonight, it's a new moon, and it's going to be in Aries. But if you use like the night sky app and you just like look in the sky where the moon is, it's actually in Pisces. I believe David looked it up. So, he's just talking about that there are people reporting, we're in very different places where we are in consciousness, because everybody talks about being in Aries. There's something to say about the collective consciousness because everybody believes that. So again, like what we believe and what is inside of our consciousness and what we feel to be true is what we're going to experience outside of ourself. But maybe as you ascend on this timeline, you don't really align so much with, the old way, and maybe you do align more with sidereal astrology. So that's one of the accounts that we like to follow as
Celestial
well.
Healing 444. So go and check that out if you feel called to. We're not endorsing her. We don't.
We don't endorse anyone.
We don't endorse anyone. We just have found that her
Maybe
information
Joel.
is very interesting. So, of course, as you follow, and as we've seen this week with major revelations about the pyramids and what's underneath them, it's a whole bigger unraveling of disclosure that's coming from that, it seems. But the ancient structures were built in alignment with astrology because of a few reasons. One of them was they would gather, like we are gathering tonight as the family of light, under certain celestial and astrological conditions to bring forth certain energies and bring forth the light. Now, don't think we're any different from civilizations that have done this in the past with different techniques. We're just a different iteration of it in this time. So your work is very important. This work tonight we take very seriously, but not personally. And we're honored to be of service to you all. So with that said, I think let's get cracking.
We are alive in the chat. A lot of people are saying we had like 444 and then we jumped up to 500. All the synchronicities with the numbers. Someone just said we hit 7.77 subscribers.
We've almost got 1,000 of you live right now.
And from what we can see, because it kind of shows all the channels together, yeah, we're just hitting 1,000 of us, which our meditations seem to be hitting every single time we come on and do this. So it's just going to continue to grow as our community grows and as you guys, share these meditations. It is very important work, and we will get into it.
Yeah. So stick around to the end, guys. We will have a little, very quick after show. I want to just talk about the GFL station and some things we've got coming up with other meditations. But for now, I want to invite you to move into your space of meditation for the next probably 45 minutes to an hour, where you will not be disturbed.
This one might be a little bit longer.
In usual fashion.
Going deep.
Yep. I'm going to layer in some music here. I do require your audience participation to let me know how my voice is sounding with the music. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's bring that down a bit. I just want to see how my voice is. Testing, testing, testing. This global mass meditation is going to be amazing.
I saw somebody's username, Infinite Light.
Hold on, we're just doing a little mic test.
I know, and they're responding because there's a gap.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm just telling you that Infinite
ahead.
Light said hello from Vietnam.
Sorry.
So I wonder if that's Cody.
Oh, okay.
I'm just seeing
Could
things
be.
like go through the chat.
It
But
could
yeah,
be.
we're waiting for your 5x5. So there it is. There's the first one that came through.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Perfect.
Yeah, just let us know that we are sounding good with this music volume. When enough of you have said 5x5, music up. Oh, Rachel. Okay, all right. I'm going to pump it up a little bit.
Pump it up.
5x5 sounds balanced, perfect.
Awesome.
Louder music, please. That's two of you.
Okay.
Maybe grab some headphones, guys, as well. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Headphones, Kleenex, water, comfortable positions.
Okay, who's ready?
David's ready.
All right, guys, so let's go deep. Let's go to our place of presence now. I invite you to take 2 or 3 deep breaths. We host every meditation in 3 parts. I will begin with an activation and a centering prayer. Section 1 will be done by Kelly, and the final section will then be done by me. So sit back and relax and find a deep centered space. Use the breath, breathing in and remembering who you are. And breathe out, release all that you're not. Let go of all the illusions, all the tension in the body. Anything you're holding on to that's not of the light, let it go in the out breath. And I ask you now to invite in all your guides and team, whoever they are, whoever you're working with, bring them in, your team of light, to surround you and hold the light, hold the space. You are safe and secure in the presence of the light. All is source, all is one. We'll begin with Alice Bailey's soul invocation. You can say out loud or just quietly to yourself, to bring the physical body in alignment more with the soul. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am divine design. One more time. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am divine design. Settling deeper into the presence now. From the horizontal plane, we call upon the archangels of the four directions to join us to hold the light. Beginning in the east, Archangel Raphael, the Archangel of Air, whose energy is green. Join us in the east now, Brother Raphael, to hold the space. And in the south, Archangel Michael, the Archangel of Fire, who has blue energy. Join us in the south, Archangel Michael. And in the west, Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel of Water, whose energy is diamond white. He's stationed in the west now, Brother Gabriel. And the north, Archangel Uriel, the Archangel of Earth, whose energy is red. We bring in Archangel Uriel to the north now. 4 archangels, 4 directions to hold the space and hold the light. Well over 1,100 of you light workers, you family of light joining from around the world, all joined together now, live, connected. And as we sink into that wonderful connection and feeling, let us call upon the sages and saints and masters of all to join us and complete the activation part of tonight's meditation. We ask for the presence of Jesus, the Christ, Yeshua, Saint Germain, the loved one, Zoroaster, the king, Zarathustra, the magi, Lao Tzu, the old sage, the Buddha, Babaji, the eternal one, Lahiri Mahasaya, the smiling guru, Sri Yukteswar, the teacher, Paramahansa Yogananda, the gift, El Moria, the Lord of the first ray, Kuthumi, the great guiding light, Dwal Kul, the master teacher, Paul, the Venetian, Serapis Bey, the Lord of ascension, Hilarion, the bringer of joy, the English master, Douglas Baker, the keeper of this ashram, Amun-Ra, Vesta, Helios, the solar logos, Sanat Kumara, the ancient of days, the planetary logos, Isis, the great mother, Mary Magdalene and the high priestess energies, Krishna, the avatar, Kuan Yin, the incandescent one, Aina, the 9th dimensional guide, Mohammed the prophet, and Joshua who walked with God, the masters in you, Yahweh in you, saviors in you. Take a deep breath in through the nose and hold the breath at the top. Activate the pineal. Activate, activate. And when ready, release the breath. Connecting to the light. Another deep, deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Lighting up the cave. Bringing the pineal online. And when ready, release. And a final deep, deep breath in. Hold the breath. Activate, activate, activate. And when ready, release. Ready to go a level deeper.
Hello, family of light, and welcome. Let us begin by anchoring in the solar eclipse energy. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Allow yourself to fully relax. Let your nervous system settle down. Let the outer world soften. A solar eclipse is a reset, a sacred pause, a still point. For tonight, another sacred gateway opens. This is a time of powerful personal alignment, a time to awaken a deep truth and a remembrance of who you are. As the sun meets the moon, we meet ourselves in wholeness. Light and shadow become one. The masculine and feminine energies merge. The higher self and inner child become integrated. Tonight we return to the core of our being. Tonight we answer the call back to our worth. So with eyes closed, picture yourself now standing in a radiant circle of light. You are not alone. On one side of you, your inner child, the tender, pure essence of your being. On the other side, your higher self, radiant, clear, and infinite. You are them. You are every version of yourself held together by soul memory. It is becoming more and more possible to witness and notice how these versions of self arise in our everyday lives. They really are there, giving us glimpses all the time. Yes, starseeds, it is and always has been about moving into deeper awareness and recognizing our own patterns and how they manifest. Because it is then, and only then, that we can choose how to proceed to move forward. And tonight, the solar eclipse portal is open and asking all of us here to help clear and transmute one of humanity's deepest and most unconscious programs that we run. One of the patterns that holds so many of us back. That which is unworthiness. You see, most of us in our lives have never had an example of what unconditional love is. We grew up in a world of conditioning. And I'm not saying our parents didn't love us, but most of them didn't grow up experiencing or knowing what unconditional love felt like either. So they just ended up loving us the best way they knew how. And this has continued up until now. Take a moment to feel that. Not to shame it or blame it, but simply to recognize where any hurt or pain might still linger. Tonight is all about deep diving. So why don't we start by asking ourselves some questions? Just a simple yes or no answer will suffice. Are you hard on yourself? Do you put a lot of pressure on yourself? Do you beat yourself up when you feel you get it wrong? Are you judgmental towards yourself? Do you think you should be doing more? Do you feel you should be doing better? If you answered yes to one or more of those questions, it is highly likely that you aren't practicing unconditional love towards yourself, and that you are very well stuck in a pattern called the trance of unworthiness. It's the voice that says, if people really knew me, they wouldn't love me. It makes you feel like the thoughts inside your head are not normal. It tells us that we are not enough, that we are flawed, and that we must change to be worthy of love. Perhaps you've felt this way since childhood, but I can promise this isn't your fault. It was handed to you by your parents, your culture, your systems, your ancestors, and yet you believed it. We all did. Because we were told that to be special, we have to look a certain way, had to act a certain way. We were told to work harder, win, succeed, and make a difference. Oh, and don't be too demanding, shy, or loud. And definitely don't be needy, because our culture so values independence, self-reliance, and strength that even the word needy carries a negative connotation. And yet we all have needs: physical, sexual, emotional, spiritual. So the basic message has always been, your natural way of being is not okay. To be acceptable, you must be different from the way you are. And so it has been. Both our upbringing and our culture teaches us to identify as a separate self. And that separation is where suffering begins. So if you still believe that you're not enough, allow yourself to feel it. Let whatever arises arise. Let it be felt. Let it be seen. And these lower vibrational energies are usually trapped in the lower 3 chakras. It can feel emotionally like shame, guilt, anxiety, overwhelm, and heaviness. And it can manifest physically as pain, excess weight, disease, discomfort, usually in the lower abdomen area. So let us just bring our focus and attention to that area of the body, all the way from your hips up to your rib cage, encompassing the entire area. We have the red root chakra. This is really foundational, our safety, our security. Up to the orange sacral chakra. This is the center where we store all of the abuse and trauma we have endured through lifetimes, and including the yellow solar plexus. This is where we hold on to our identity, the stories about who we are, the ego, the need to be right, and all of the defense mechanisms that go along with it. It is a lot. We have been holding on to a lot and suppressing a lot. But you don't have to carry that anymore, dear one. Perhaps it once served a purpose, and it was there to protect you in the past. But you don't need that anymore. Yes, Now you understand the importance of being an open, loving vessel in this ascension timeline. And we must not allow ourselves to be blocked off with these old, lingering, suppressed emotions. And you have the ability to let that go. It is time to tear down the walls. In this radiant circle of light, alongside your inner child and your higher self, you join hands together, and this circle of light around you is now getting brighter and brighter, washing over you, cleansing and purifying every single part of your mind, body, and soul. And when you are ready, let it go. Let go of all the stories. Let go of all the heaviness. Let go of any idea that you must earn love. For when you are ready to fully surrender, the portal will be open and activated. So feel yourself letting go. You can even let go of holding their hands, because as you do, you feel that you are fully merged as one. You can feel your heart chakra beginning to come online now. Feel into that sense of forgiveness. Feel into that sense of gratitude starting to rise up. An emerald green light emerges from your heart center, and as it does, a golden doorway of light appears before you. Enter the doorway at your own pace, at your own will, and allow yourself to be transported to a most familiar place. Yes, dear one, it is your own personal pyramid of light, built in your consciousness, by your consciousness. This is always a safe place for your astral body to rest, to go deeper into meditation, and be surrounded by your guides and team. There is a table in the center of the crystalline pyramid. Make your way and lay down upon it. Rest your hands upon your heart. Feel the warmth and luminous glow of your heartbeat. All of a sudden, a flash of light and a golden orb appears from the tip and center of the pyramid above you. A soul of a higher being has entered the space with a very loving and gentle presence about them. It feels quite familiar too. It is Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, representing the awakened one. This powerful soul has come with a potent message for you. But first, the Buddha would like to invite you to change up the scenery. Whoosh, another flash of light, and all of a sudden, you find yourself lying under the same Bodhi tree where the Buddha gained enlightenment. This is the most magnificent tree you have ever seen, and you are lying beneath it in the most comfortable bed of moss. Shaded by the tree, you are able to notice and admire it has heart-shaped leaves. You stop for a moment to take it all in, appreciating the beauty and the calming sound of the leaves as they flutter in the wind. You notice the Buddha has taken a more recognizable form. He rests under the tree beside you, still shining forth with a bright, translucent golden appearance. It is here that he found the causes to suffering and how to eradicate them. He has also brought you here out of respect for the living world and wants you to find comfort, shelter, and sustenance under the tree. The Buddha speaks. Often, when pain arises, we take it personally. If we are diagnosed with a disease or go through a divorce, we perceive that we are the cause of the unpleasantness, that we are deficient. Since everything that happens is a reflection of self, when something seems wrong, the source of wrong is self. This is the crippling effect of shame. And in the most fundamental way, the fear of not being enough prevents us from being at ease. Since failure could be around any corner, it is hard to lie down our hypervigilance and relax. In fact, it is the very attachment to self-improvement that leads many to approach the spiritual path. And it is those same students who have found, even after decades of spiritual practice, they are still painfully burdened by feelings of unworthiness. Many assume that meditation alone will take care of it. Instead, they find these deep pockets of shame and self-aversion have a stubborn way of persisting. So I want to offer you a paradigm shift in understanding the spiritual path. Instead of climbing up a ladder seeking perfection, we are simply unfolding into wholeness. We don't have to try to transcend or overcome the difficult energies, the fear, shame, jealousy, anger, as this creates separation, something to overcome, which in turn creates more shadow, further fueling our sense of deficiency. This is the loop. My suggestion instead: embracing life in all its realness, no matter how broken or messy. And this is difficult because although our intention in spiritual practice is to include all the difficult energies, we still have extremely strong conditioning to resist their pain. For many, the experience of shame is so excruciating that we will do whatever we can to avoid it. The very root of the word shame means to cover. So rather than feel the rawness of shame, as humans, we tend to develop strategies to cover, cope, and compensate for its presence. We stay physically busy and mentally preoccupied, absorbed in endless self-improvement projects. We numb ourselves with food and other substances. We try to control and change ourselves with self-judgment, or alleviate our insecurities by blaming others. We become so sufficiently defended and guarded that we can spend years meditating and never really embrace the feared and rejected parts of our experience. And it all started based on the assumption that we are faulty and we must purify and transcend our lower nature. You see, fear of deficiency is a prison that prevents us from belonging to our world. But healing and freedom become possible only as we include the shadow, the unwanted and unseen and unfelt parts of our being, but in a wakeful, compassionate awareness. Just like a child and how they need to feel belonging, they need to feel understood and loved. And don't doubt for a second that these meditation practices aren't a form of spiritual reparenting, because they are. We are transforming these deeply rooted patterns by learning to bring mindfulness and compassion into our lives. An open and accepting attitude is fundamental, because in this great work, we are deconditioning the habit of turning against ourselves. We are discovering in this moment's experience, nothing is missing, nothing is wrong. And so, this trance of unworthiness is sustained by 3 actions, 3 things. Number 1, blaming and shaming. Number 2, striving. And number 3, self-numbing. As soon as we stop the action, the trance will begin to lift. The moment that we discontinue the activity and start paying attention, it's always our willingness to stop and look. The sacred art of pausing. This is at the spiritual center of all spiritual practice. And we need to pause frequently. The way we face our shadow is by pausing and attending to whatever presents itself in that moment. Judgment, depression, anxiety, obsessive thinking. Because the shame and fear are often not fully conscious, meaning they are such deep-rooted, trapped emotions, patterns, and wounds that have been suppressed for so long, they express very unconsciously. And so, when you first become aware of what you are feeling, you can deepen your attention by simply inquiring what is happening. If we just take a pause and ask ourselves, what am I believing? Frequently, you will find the feeling of fear will reduce. And often, this trance can only be sustained when we reject or resist having the experience. But if you can recognize the mental story and relate the bodily sense of fear, the trance of unworthiness begins to dissolve. Now I, the Buddha, have one final question for you tonight, and I really want you to think about the answer. Where do you derive love from in your life? What is your source of feeling loved? Sit with this question. What is the source of love in your life? And for most of you, an answer will come right away. And if you say your source of love is from your children, or your partner, or your friends, or your hobbies, or your job, I'm sorry to tell you that is not the correct answer. That is all conditional once again. There is only one answer to the question, and it is simple. You derive your source of unconditional love from your Creator, from God, from the one that made you. Life itself created you. And you better believe it was for a purpose. And you can know this because of the very fact that you were created in the first place. For the energy of creation is unconditional love. There is only one true source of love, and it flows to you from the one who created you. You are not here by accident. You were crafted from the same breath that forms stars. Let this truth flood your entire being. Let it dissolve the old programming. Let it reset your nervous system and rewrite your story. You are enough. Not because of what you do or how much you give. You are enough simply because you exist. This eclipse activation is well underway, and this astrological event is filling your spirit with courage, confidence, and clarity. You are being asked to step into this next chapter, not from force or fear, but from truth. Any dream you may have buried under fear, any desire that has been silenced because you didn't feel worthy, anything you may have delayed because you were waiting for more healing, I'm here to tell you, the time is now. You don't need permission. God has already said yes to your existence, and that is your permission slip. And with that, another bright flash of light, you find yourself back on the table in your personal pyramid of light. Take a moment for yourself to integrate these new higher vibrational energies, this new state of consciousness. And when you're ready, slowly get up from the table. And as you do, the golden doorway appears in front of you once again. This time, as you step through, you are taken back to our meeting place for the family of light. We will wait for everyone to arrive. We will form our circle and take our places above the Earth's atmosphere all around Gaia. And as this solar eclipse draws its line across the sky, let it mark the end of all illusions. Let it draw a new path forward. You are enough. You are worthy. You are divine. You knew the earth was going to go through something massive in your timeline. You knew the planet is on the edge of awakening and that she would need helpers. You knew this mission would require courage. And you said yes. And here you are. And in this moment, you are being asked to remember you're not just a human. You are a child of the divine, a volunteer from the stars. Your very presence here in this lifetime is the evidence of your courage. You did not come here to suffer endlessly. You came here to transform suffering into wisdom. You came here to embody love. You came here to remember who you are.
Beloved family of light, we now head into the second half and final part of tonight's meditation and activation. Let us take a minute to integrate those words and energies. Move the body a little if you must. Make sure you're nice and comfortable and fully relaxed. For this time of great awakening, the great remembrance, the great return to Source, it is okay to look at the dark, to look at the things that have held us back from remembering. But it is not okay to stay there. We must move forward and through it. And as we do, we realize the illusion of it all along, but also the necessary element that it needed to be there, so that we may move now closer to the light. And that is the purpose of the contrast. So love it and thank it. And as we gather tonight, 1300 plus, the family of light gathered around the earth plane, all holding hands above the earth in our great circle of light. Feel that light growing, the connection of hearts all around the world. We are joined together, never separate, always one. In the center of the circle now, what appears to be a glowing sun appears. It is golden red and also a little bit white with flashes. It is a gateway to our final pyramid of light tonight, and a gift from Amun-Ra Vesta Helios, the solar logos. So if you are ready to journey into this new pyramid, journey forth towards the sphere of light. And as you do, a great flash of light transports you to a golden and orange and gold and white pyramid of light. Crystalline and brilliant, miles in all directions. It shimmers the wonderful colors of the sun. There is a great ethereal glow and a feeling of warmth and connection and familiarity here. You are safe here. You are loved dearly. You notice in the center of the pyramid, once again, is a table. Above it, the giant quartz crystal, pointed on either side, suspends from the ceiling. There is a being of blue-white light standing beside the table, and as you approach, you recognize instantly who it is. Our divine representative from the Archangel Kingdom, Archangel Michael. He has a message, an important message for you, for us, the family of light. So when you are ready, lie down on the table. Sink into a new level of comfort and receptibility. Feel your cells ready to receive. Know that as every word is ushered, dormant DNA activates. Your cells become more available to hold more light. There is nothing you need to do, just allow it to happen. Archangel Michael speaks. Beloved Masters, once again we are here gathered. The intense solar activity now bathing your world is preparing the way for a final flash of divine light, a great sacred ascension, an event that will uplift all life. Each pulse from the sun now is raising the vibration of Earth and catalyzing the transformation of your physical vessel into a refined light body in readiness for this coming illumination. In these accelerating times, unity and group focus is especially powerful. So it is no accident, shall we say, that you are here tonight. Coming together during events like the upcoming Partial Solar Eclipse in your timeline, in meditation or prayer, creates a field of love light that greatly amplifies the incoming energies. This unified field accelerates the integration of your light body and magnifies the healing for the collective. Many of you have received information regarding the Great Solar Flash, as you have been calling it, through your hypnosis guides and practitioners over the years, in concurrence with many prophecies of the event as foretold through many ancient civilizations on your plane. We say to you this, they all bear truth. On your current trajectory, there is indeed a series of smaller solar waves that will lead into a larger crescendo in time, amplifying everything from its current state of consciousness into its next level. There is nothing to fear here. It is a natural state of your ascension evolution. And so you can imagine when we say how important it is at this time to hold your frequency. Do not get drawn into small-scale divisions and arguments among those in your conscious sphere of awareness. We understand that it is easy to do in the human world. The waning, defeated forces of darkness will do what they finally can to steer you in that direction. But you, the vanguard of the new dawn, are too strong for this now. You are awake to their sneaky tricks and have learned ways to zip back into the frequency of light. For this, we in the forces of light applaud you, dear ones. You are winning every battle, conquering every obstacle. And the forces of light salute your stalwart resourcefulness and resolute hearts. Nothing can stop the light coming in now. The expanding light is exposing all that is not in alignment. Watch in neutrality as old power structures built on fear and deception are now completely imploding as their secrets are revealed. Do not be alarmed as societal shadows surface. Instead, look beyond appearances by trusting the inner wisdom of your sacred heart to discern truth from illusion. Yes, indeed, even amid the chaos, divine order is unfolding, clearing the way for a new era of light. Beloveds, remember that transformation comes in waves, like tides cleansing a shore. A new surge of higher energy is poised to propel lightworkers into the next level of alignment. If old emotions or patterns rise up, like those you have discussed tonight, be gentle and forgiving with yourself as you release what no longer serves you. Each wave carries you higher, aligning you more fully with your soul self and empowering greater service to the light. During this new moon phase, many of you may experience intense energies in your relationships. This is perfectly normal. Unresolved feelings and hidden truths are surfacing now to be healed, not to harm. Practice patience, compassion, and forgiveness with loved ones as these shadows emerge, and choose to listen with your heart rather than react in fear. By responding with love, relationships can heal and deepen in truth, or gently realign if they no longer serve your highest good. Trust that this process is guided by divine love for the best outcome of all. My dearest hearts, stand strong now in your truth, and know that you are not alone. On this sacred night tonight, where so many are gathered to bring their light, we of the angelic kingdom offer you an activation that you can use whenever you feel a little, shall we say, off-center. We understand how challenging these strong emotions can feel in your physical vessels. So use this activation anytime you feel pulled into a negatively polarized moment. Take a deep breath, a slow breath, and visualize a beam of pure creator light pouring down through your crown into your heart. See it filled with shimmering adamantine particles of divine light that ignite the spark of God within your sacred heart. Breathe intentionally, and with each breath, this radiant light fills every cell and expands all around you. By your loving intention, these adamantine particles activate your light body and radiate blessings to the world. So let this activation supercharge you, and use it whenever you feel called. We of the angelic legions of light walk beside you in each moment, honoring your courage and service. You are loved profoundly and beyond measure always. I am Archangel Michael, so be it. So let us take 30 seconds to integrate that powerful creator light in ourselves. Feel the glow and the love light energy bursting forth. Feel your connection to Source. And when you feel ready, move off the table gently. Walking away from the center of the pyramid. Back towards the the golden, orange, white ball of light, the portal where you entered. Grateful for this activation. Grateful for this great solar logos pyramid of light. You can return here anytime. It is now open and available to the family of light. So when ready, journey back through the portal, and with a big flash of light, you are transported back above the earth, into the circle of the family of light, golden beings of light all holding hands. We will now one final time perform tonight's activation. So follow along with me. Take a deep, slow breath and visualize a beam of pure creator light once again. This time pouring down into the earth, into the hearts of every man, woman, and child. This golden beam is filled with shimmering God particles of divine light, igniting the spark of the Creator within the sacred heart of all alive on the earth plane. Include yourself in this activation. Once again, as you breathe intentionally with each breath, this radiant light fills every cell of you and everyone else. As the light expands around you and all upon the earth plane. And by your loving intention, these particles of Creator light begin to activate your light body and the light body of all, as a great light now begins to radiate blessings all around the world. Once again, let us take 30 seconds in this visual. Feel connected to every heart, separation melting away. The light of a new dawn beginning, a new world, a new reality. One with no separation. Om Dat Sat Om. Om Dat Sat Om. Om Dat Sat Om. And so it is. So take a couple more deep breaths. Integrate that activation. Integrate that energy. Feeling filled up with love light vibrations and frequency. When you are ready, it is time to journey back, to bring this love light energy into the physical, into your everyday life. So journey back now down towards the earth. Say farewell to the family of light for now, although we are never not connected. Journeying back down towards your country in your astral body, towards your city, your town, finding your house, effortlessly going through the roof, back to the room that you're in the physical body, merging easily and gracefully. Taking a couple of breaths to encourage the integration. So I will count now from 5 to 0, bringing us back completely. 0 being the most awake. 5, just feeling connected to the physical body once again, feeling rejuvenated, full of light. 4, just rolling the shoulders gently, feeling the connection back in the physical. 3, just rotating the torso, side to side. 2, wiggling fingers and toes, ankles and wrists, enjoying the sensation of the physical body. 1, just moving the head from side to side, and 0. When you're ready, back you come. Welcome back. I'll give you all a moment to just come back in and just let us know in the chat how that was for you, what you experienced. We always love to hear what happened in your meditation. Of course, you can write to us as well. We have various emails. I'll put one up on the screen here for all of us, as in Kelly and I. So send us a message for whatever reason, if you just want to reach out or ask us any questions, or if you want to share an activation or something that happened during this meditation, please feel free to do so. sunflowerlifedk@gmail.com, up on the screen now. But we are honored by your presence tonight, dear family of light. Almost 1,400 of you live, so a very powerful one again.
It was a big one.
We're excited to hear how you all got on with that. We recommend repeating that meditation, not for our gain or anything like that, but quite often these things need to be done several times. The illusions of the material world very easily steer us off the path. No one is exempt to that. Even the great masters in their God realization path encountered this many times, and that's just a natural part of the awakening and returning to rid of the light body. So.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was being shown like in the meditation while you were doing your part. And at the beginning, you were kind of talking about how a lot of this like shadow government is like being revealed, and just, you know, a lot of things are kind of being torn up. And it was just like, of course it is, because we are going so deep and we are doing the work and revealing the shadow parts of ourselves. So how could we not be, experiencing that in the world around us, outside of ourselves as well, right? It's all just in consciousness. And it was pretty incredible because right at the end, as you brought us all back and we were doing, allowing the activation and the light to pour over the earth. Like even you said, before you said like, allow it to pour on yourself, I was just like feeling so much elation and love. And I just think it's because everybody was just pouring that love in. So my body just started feeling it.
Wow, yeah.
Even when we're there, our bodies are here and like we're still encompassed in that light, in that activation. So it's happening on many, many levels. I don't even think we understand or know what we're doing, but it's really incredible.
Yeah, amazing. If you've got any questions in the live chat, we'll take a couple real quick before we log off. Just a quick message. I know I mentioned the GFL station at the beginning of the meditation. Many of you wonder, certainly new subscribers who aren't privy to live streams yet, like this one, or other videos that I have done on the channel. Yes, I do run that, and those are real messages from the human side that are reproduced using tools of an AI nature, graphics and things like that, using real voices and artificial voices as well. And it is a real deal. So I'm not very busy with that, but I spend quite a bit of time putting those together and channeling some of those messages myself, of course. So yes, it is real. And it's really running as long as it needs to be, as long as the messages come through and need to be sent out to the population. It will be. It's growing incredibly fast. It's almost at 100,000 subs, so that's really cool. It wasn't that long ago when it was at like 30, so clearly there is a need for the information, and we will continue to be the vessels to bring that forth. And we're just blessed by all the audience, all your comments, and all your participation. So thank you for that. Of course, Kelly and I run Sunflower Life much more together. I sort of run the GFL more myself, although we're always connected and doing things together.
We do and we don't. We've got someone in the chat saying they just arrived quite late and they're from the GFL station. Where can they watch the repeat? Where can they watch the replay? Definitely head over to our YouTube channel, The Sunflower Life. That is where all the meditations stay. We know a ton of you amazing starseeds are joining from the GFL station. That's obviously the biggest channel and where the majority of you come from. However, we have decided for whatever reason, we're going to keep the meditations up on the Sunflower Life channel. So this is where all the global meditations will be. We usually air from 7 o'clock p.m. PST, so whatever the conversion is. But if you go to the YouTube channel, it should just tell you right on there, meditation starts in 5 hours, and that goes by whatever time zone that you're in. So it should be pretty easy to find us. Hopefully, we do our best to respond to messages. We also have an Instagram page. You can message us there. And yeah, I wish we had like a little, just like we could put up our YouTube channel, but
Well,
I mean,
I can.
can you? Yeah.
Yes, I can do anything.
You can do
I just
anything.
haven't prepared it.
No, that's okay, honey. We are doing great, and those that are coming across our channel and meant to find us and meant to join these meditations are here and doing so at exactly the right time. So it was a longer meditation tonight. We had a lot of stuff we wanted to put in there. I've been feeling a lot of things that these meditations really, really help me. So there's a lot of energy and a lot of emotion that I feel all the time. So, all we can really do is express those energies that are coming through us in those moments. And I took the majority of the meditation tonight because I won't be doing the next one. The next one is April 12th. It's a Saturday night. David is going to be doing that meditation by himself because I won't be able to join him. So that's going to be for the next full moon on April 12th. It's a Saturday. It's amazing that it's, Friday night and still there's like 1,300 people joining us in for these meditations.
Amazing.
So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it so much. We get so much out of this, community. Just, it's been amazing.
Yeah, Joey, quick question. You said, do you offer suggestions to learn channeling?
Well,
I mean,
everything's directed back to self, right?
yeah, the likelihood is you already are. I mean, the whole channeling thing is a bit of an interesting topic, as Bible scripture would say, as Christian scripture would say. We're not Christian, but there are some great things in scripture, not just Christian scripture. Is seek ye the kingdom of God first, and that's seek the Creator first, and all things will be added unto you. So that is always my go-to point. And if there is a particular Star Nations family that you're wanting to reach out to, I'm assuming that's what you mean, then just do some quiet meditation, do a heart activation, and reach out to whichever group it is, and listen and wait for an answer. It may not come in the way that you think it will. The higher dimensional beings don't really communicate necessarily in words like we do. They do sometimes, actually, but not always. There's symbols and numbers and very, very subtle thought transfer. There's all kinds of stuff. So be patient and wait for that, and do it a number of times if you feel called to, and just get a sensation of what particular being feels a certain way in your body, if you feel called to do that. So that's what my recommendation would be. I would just, everything is source and God at the core anyway. So my recommendation is to receive information from the core of your being, above and beyond anything else. And of course, be open to other things that come through. But
yeah, it's all just moving to us and through us. And so many synchronicities. Like, I get a lot of synchronicities. I'll just hear the same thing, or somebody will say the same thing, or I'll see the same thing. Always happens like 3 times, and I'm like, okay, I need to start paying attention to this. So for some people, it starts really subtle. Other people have, been born with these extraordinary gifts, and they've been told that they're weird and not to talk to spirits, and a lot of times we suppress that in childhood, and we have to relearn how to reconnect with our abilities. So we're all here exactly where we need to be, supporting each other. Being in a community like this is obviously going to help us all connect and raise our vibration, our frequency, tap into our gifts. The solar energies are also contributing and helping us do all of that. So you're exactly where you need to be. And like David said, it's so much about just getting silent and listening, quieting the thoughts as much as you can and listening.
Okay, let me just hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to bring up
Are you going to bring up Sunflower Life?
the channel for our YouTube link. I'll just pop it in. I'll pin it in the chat here. Just hold on a second.
I think that's a great idea because a couple people were asking if we could post the channel. It did used to be called the Sunflower Life Official, so I know that's kind of the first thing that pops up. We have since changed it to just the Sunflower Life. So go into YouTube, search the Sunflower Life. You should be able to find us, but yes, David will get the link here. Some like our channel, this channel is monetized, although we don't really do much with it. There can still be ads that pop up on the meditation. So we suggest either downloading the Brave browser, which blocks ads, and you can watch YouTube with an ad-free experience, or if you pay for YouTube subscriptions, or we usually try to just take it so there's absolutely no ads during the meditation, and you'll just see it like before or after when we're talking, like right now.
Okay, there we
So David's got the link,
I've pinned it in the chat, guys, real quick, and there it's up on the screen as well.
and we'll do that for every meditation moving forward now that we know. We'll just try to get everybody over here because this is the meditation channel, and this is where all the meditations will be.
Yeah, okay.
And now we're going to log off.
Yeah, very cool to have Buddha come through and obviously be present with us. I know we call Buddha in with the masters sort of ceremony when we bring them in. But yeah, very cool. We just get certain inclinations from certain masters, and I'm sure you do as well if you develop the listening ear, which I'm sure you have, many of you, to share specific messages and certain frequencies. So they're around us all the time, guys. They're working with us. They are absolutely real. And the great grand reunion is happening now, and it's going to be more and more spectacular. We don't know when this great solar event is going to happen. We're pretty confident that it is in our human selves and our opinions. I'm certainly feeling like it's close, but we can't do anything about that.
That was the other crazy thing that I kind of experienced during the meditation, because we're always talking about the solar flash, and we're always talking about how like it could possibly like just be coming in like waves.
Yeah.
Well, we're up meditating, sending these like giant waves of light down over the planet, and like to the point where I could feel it in my body. I was actually thinking to myself, like, we're probably the ones creating a solar flash.
Now we're talking about
It's probably us.
We're talking about the solar flash is coming, and then all of a sudden
We're the ones
creating
sending
it.
all the light to the planet. It's not even coming from the sun. It's coming from our consciousness.
I personally think that with heart and pineal activation and synchronization, getting closer to source, the more that happens with enough people, that will trigger the event. It's just a natural part of the evolutionary ascension cycle. So I think we're getting to some pretty critical mass numbers. So either way, whatever we are called to do, and whichever chapter of life that we're in, we'll do that. And we just try and live in the moment as much as we can. Don't pin anything on any events. We're not running away from anything. That's really important. We're running towards the next chapter of the work to serve the divine plan. So that is our encouragement for you. It's something what we try to embody. And that's about all we have, guys.
I wish that we paid attention to the chat a little bit more. It's like there's so many people and the messages just come so quickly, and there is a delay from when we see them and when you guys type it. But I just saw this person said, "You are enough," and the name is Bodhi. And
Yeah, I
we
saw
went
Bodhi,
under
yeah.
the Bodhi tree tonight, so that was actually pretty cool. So even just like little synchronicities, and those are the kind of messages like that you see. You're never gonna miss what is meant for you. So
Arkea Angela, or Arkea, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Will you post on today's universe message soon, Tom?
We
I
were
mean,
just, that's so funny.
yeah.
You see, that's another synchronicity because I was just telling him literally yesterday,
I've had a few people ask me on
what's
email.
going on with the
Yeah.
today's universe message? When are we going to? I said, people love those messages.
Kind of pretty full with content on GFL station right now, but there may well be a time message coming soon.
Yes.
Watch this space. I'm sorry if you're holding out for that, but we're just doing as much as we can. So watch this space. But we do get 7,000 comments and emails every week, so I can't keep up with all of them. It's kind of at the point where we need an assistant, which we may well get actually in the near future. So watch this space on that as well. If you are waiting for an email response back, I'm about 100 emails behind right now, so please be patient. I try and get back to some people as they pop up, and I get back to people as I miss them. So
You're doing
that's
great,
coming.
babe.
It's coming.
You're doing great.
Thank you for your patience, guys. We're just doing our best. But yeah, let's log off. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. Thank you for your presence and attendance. No doubt we brought in or remembered a whole bunch of light tonight to the planet. So
I love Tom.
I love Tom. Spec Ops.
We love you. Tom loves you.
Tom loves you too. All right, guys, lots of love. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for all your emails, all your messages. Sorry if we've missed one.
All your
see
support.
all your support. April 12th.
All your energy.
April 12th, I'll be back with the next meditation. And then we have probably one more, and then we break for the summer until probably the end of
And
fall.
then that's the end of season 4.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start up again in September. So we always kind of end at the end of April, May, and then take summer off. And then, yeah, we'll be back with season 5 on September 7th for the next blood moon lunar eclipse. But yeah, we got a few more before then. So
Okay. All right, guys, signing off. We love you. We'll see you soon.
towards